Hi guys, it's Tana Mongeau. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Bet you never thought you were gonna hear that again. Hello, internet. Peep the shirt. I really only started shooting this far away so you could read the shirt. There is an echo in my bathroom and I'm really sorry for that. Speaking of being really sorry, that whole 8-month break thing, gonna try to work on not doing that again. And in today's video, I'm going to a little bit get into why I've been gone, where I've been, everything that's going on in my life. But most importantly, you did just read the title. And it's almost like I tell the universe that I want to come back to the internet, so they give me something so amazing to come back with. And today I'm going to be talking to you about why I think my stalker is back, but so am I. First things first, over the time that I have been gone, a lot has happened. And I will eventually tell you everything because I'm gonna air these motherfuckers out. Ain't nobody gonna force me into an 8-month YouTube break depression hole and think I ain't dragging them out the trenches when I come back with me, okay? The most current thing that's happening in my life is that I am newly single. And by newly, I mean I've been single for about 120 hours. If you guys were following my last relationship online, we broke up every other day and it was so toxic and I acted like a literal fucking 12-year-old. I literally haven't been that toxic with anyone since my first relationship that was ever on the internet. It's really funny that 4 days after I'm single, I'm suddenly am ready to film again. That fucking TikToker is calling me. The one who like looks like Scott Disick and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna answer that. And I'll get into my toxic relationship more, but when I tell you I will never do that again, and I know I say I'll never do things again a lot, you know, like conventions or fake marriages or, but I really don't want to ever do that again. I think that I romanticized toxicity for so long. I mean, it's all I've ever known. It's how I grew up and, you know, all that shit. And I slowly just kept romanticizing it more. And it was like, I thought it was so cute and quirky to be that toxic with someone. And I finally think I met someone who could out-toxic my toxic, which let's give it up for my ex, Chris Miles, because there's not many people who can out-toxic Tana's toxic. But not even in like a hot way. No offense, Chris, love ya. And everyone around me was like, you need to stop this. It is so bad. I appreciate Chris for being there for me, you know, obviously throughout my relationship and the past 8-9 months. You know, the last year was like the hardest year of my life, and that's why I left the internet, because I think that I couldn't really face you guys. Like, it's filming for all of you is like looking in a mirror, and when you don't like the person you are and you don't like life and shit, it's just so hard for me to come on and make a video. You know, it's one thing to make like a 10-second TikTok or like, you know, go to a party or do something, but to actually sit down and be like Tana that you know and love and miss when you don't feel like that Tana is sad and shitty, and I just like couldn't fucking do it. And I'm not here for a pity party, but it was just like I lost everyone I thought I would never lose all at once, and all the lifelong trauma just really jumped out. It's hard because everything I want to say, I can't. But you guys obviously saw a few people who were around me and no longer are. And I loved those people more than anything in the world. So it was like, you know, they didn't give a fuck about me. They were about my shit. Oh God. It just sent me into this like depression hole, and it's so hard to do the one thing you love when you don't love life. And that's how I knew I was so sad, because it's like I have 50 fucking videos filmed, edited, buying people cars. I straight bought my assistant a car for fucking fun, not even for views. I literally filmed it for a YouTube video, made this amazing video, and couldn't even like go to upload it, because it's just like, even though these videos are great and they're coming now, I wasn't in the right headspace to like face the internet. And it's also like, I think I knew in the back of my head I wouldn't admit to myself. I kept filming videos being like, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. But I knew I wasn't back. I knew I was gonna fall off again and be sad again. And it's like, this is the first time where I know like I have it in me to actually be back. And I have been taking some time for myself and getting rid of the toxicity and assessing the trauma of my life and everything that's happened for the past year. And I actually want to do this again, because this is the only thing I've ever fucking loved doing. And I love all of you so much, and I just want to say I'm sorry for leaving the internet, but I promise you I had to. In a weird way, like I'm proud of myself for not just giving you a bunch of fucking shit content where I'm unhappy. Like I would rather come fucking back and be fucking back and show you bitches that sometimes you need to take a little breath and then you can go back to killing life. Yeah, I will get into everything that happened. Let's just, imagine being sued by your parents. Imagine being completely alone in this world forever. Imagine the one person or people that you thought you could fall back on during tough times got a one-way ticket out your life and didn't look back, becoming so depressive and doing nothing to help yourself because all you want to do is be distracted from the reality that is your life. So you get in a really toxic relationship because you think that toxicity is love and that shit can't be healthy because that's not exciting, and that was the place I was in, and that's just a little bit of it. So funny, I used to think I wanted to write a book and be like, I have crazy stories, and then the universe was like, check this one out, you stupid little fucking bitch. But one day that tell-all book will really hit. That was a preface, and I have some other stories coming, some about my sex life, some about how a psychic tracked me down at Jojo Siwa's house and sent me a message from my dead family explaining why everything that happened to me. And I was gonna come back to the internet with that video, but it's just a very fucking dark story. Not that this one isn't. It just didn't feel right. I really wanted to do something that was kind of funny and still talk to you guys, but all that stuff is coming. But today's video is one that you never want to make, and that is a stalker update. I don't even know when my last stalker update was, and it's funny because I get tweets like, I need to start getting ready, by the way. I'm going to a concert that a very sexy boy is performing at because I'm back on my single shit. I'm gonna get ready with you guys today. I wouldn't really call this like a how to kick your face like a pro or an update of any sort. I will do a makeup update, but I'm really just gonna get ready and talk to you because also sitting down to just tell this fucking story actually literally stresses me the fuck out, so I need to distract myself by putting some curly mousse in my hair while I talk about the fact that I'm gonna get fucking murdered. Anyways, let's chat. So, I don't even know the last time I did a stalker update, and like I said, it's really, really funny because people tweet me every day like, you just did the stalker story for views, and then as soon as the views of that were over, you stopped doing it, and we want an update, and is there no update, and did you lie about it? It's never gonna go away. Ever. Ever. For a long time, I didn't do updates because I felt like it was worse. That there was a point where they were just getting so many views that I felt like I was almost inciting my stalker to stalk me more. So I stopped for a very long time. And for a while, I thought it worked. And then when I lived at my old house, not the one that you just saw me living in, yet I also moved. This is a different house. It's not David's. A bunch of shit happened. I'll explain all of that at some point. But the house drama is the least of my concerns. And I'm probably gonna have to get up and move out of this house anyways because I think my stalker's fucking in that closet. But for a while I really felt like talking about my stalker made things worse. And at my previous house, he came back, he did a bunch of shit. I filmed live footage of it a long time ago, and at that house he was fucking with my lights and my Alexas, and there are moments where I look back and I think it was my stalker and I know some shit happened, but for the most part, since I moved out of my townhome with Ashley in Los Angeles 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I don't have any concept of time. That was the last time that I felt like he was really, really fucking with me. And then I felt like shutting up about it was actually working a little bit and he would leave me alone. But now for the first time in a very, very long time, I am back in the mindset of the way I used to be, where it's this is getting so bad that I might as well fucking talk about it. So if I fucking die, everyone knows who fucking did it. And it has gotten that scary recently, so it's so fucking annoying to be back in that place. And don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful now. I look back at my life and no one ever did anything growing up to protect me from my stalker, and it was so much scarier of a situation when you didn't have money for armed, big, sexy bodyguards to stand outside of your house, so don't fucking come here. It still doesn't fully stop someone from fucking with you, and you definitely happen to wonder if they're just gonna do it for the rest of your life or if they're gonna end your life, and that's just my life. But at the same time, who says I would have all of you following me if I didn't start doing this little thing called story time? So maybe stalker story was a blessing in disguise. Like I said, I've been feeling pretty left alone by my stalker over the past few years. And my last house in Hollywood was amazing for being stalked because it went very straight up. It was one gate to get in. One bodyguard would sit outside. You couldn't come through the backyard. We had a creepy guy, an OnlyFans guy, stalk us for a second and like show up and like climb through the mountains to try to get into our backyard and shit like that. But like I never felt there one time like my stalker fucked with me in that house. So we just had cameras everywhere and it was like this big metal dome and it was great. And then I moved out of that house and I moved into David Dobrik's house. And then I had some people stalk me there, but they were just like David fans, interesting Tana fans, some weird people. I had a short guy come and leave like a really creepy letter and I talked about it on my podcast. By the way, I haven't yet to say on YouTube, thank you for all of the love on the podcast, and it's the only thing that kept me excited about life throughout everything that was going on. And I definitely did the podcast at this time to remember why I started everything, which was sitting down and just talking to all of you, and it's changed everything and I'm so grateful for it. And it honestly this year like absolutely saved me. So if you haven't listened to my podcast Canceled, it is out everywhere, and I did talk about the David stalker and weird people and whatever, but I didn't feel like this was something I wanted to talk about on the podcast because I would just be doing all of y'all so dirty, like so fucking dirty if I went and talked about it on the podcast and on my YouTube channel. But anyways, sorry, I'm so ADHD and all over the place. Not here to make you feel bad for me, like Gabby Hanna with my ADHD. I probably shouldn't say that. Aren't you guys proud of the fact though that I'm not looking into the monitor that much? That's actually only because it's broken. I like totally wish I could stare at myself. And even at David's house, I had my security outside, very secure gate, not really something people could break into, and I never once felt there like I was being stalked by my stalker. And an important thing that I've always said about my stalker is he will make sure that you know it's him. Ashley can attest to this, Amari can attest to this. If it is my stalker, I will never question if it's him. He's always gonna do stuff so creative, so different, so fucked up without a trace. Stuff so fucked up that if I went to the police, they would literally lock me up in a loony bin because they would just say that I sound insane. So then after living at David's house, I moved into this house. I like it. It's nice. It's not my favorite house I've lived in, but I'm not here to sit and bitch about my little mansion because that's ridiculous. But when you think about the layout of this house, I don't know if you guys watched Emma Chamberlain, but it was kind of like her first house. That's kind of how this house is. It's very fucking open, doors everywhere, windows everywhere, accessible. And of course I have security outside, but it's just like, the feeling is sketchy, and everyone says that. I live right now with Amari, Ari, and Hunter. Everyone has said that when they're alone in this house, it's just a very creepy feeling. I'm actually alone in this house right now, which is a perfect time to film a fucking stalker update, right? It's just kind of like you're being watched. Like there's just windows everywhere. There's literally a window right up there. So we move into this house, and immediately upon moving in, everyone just says the vibes are off, and then everyone's like, it's haunted. People are gonna come kill us here, and like we are all just paranoid and feed off of each other, and no one wants to be home alone. Hunter's been on tour too. I feel like of all of us, Hunter is the most like sane and not scared, and he's like a man and he'll just like fucking kill someone. It doesn't matter. But like me, Amari, and Ari are like little fucking girls, and everything freaks us out. I want to go in chronological order. When I was moving out of my last house, packing all of my stuff, I had two phones. You know, one for my bitches and one for my hoes. I had a main phone and kind of like a side hustle trap phone. I'm only gonna give you this if you're like a sexy guy that I don't want anyone to know about. I couldn't reach me on the main phone. You called the side phone. It was a whole thing. So a couple days before moving, I left my main phone downstairs on the piano when you first walked into my house. And the next day, I asked one of my assistants, hey, will you go grab me my phone from the piano downstairs? They were like, that's so weird. It's not there. They go down and check. It's absolutely missing. So then we watched the security cameras, and you see me the night before take in the phone to set it down, and then the cameras cut that night, which never happened ever. As you guys know from even the Mindy story, we used those cameras. They never ever really cut out, and they just completely cut out, and I'm like, that's so weird. And it's so sad to me because I didn't even think it was my stalker. I was just like, this is a malfunction. Because again, throughout the entire duration of living in that house, I actually started to kind of like forget about it. Like, oh, maybe that was a phase in my life, but it's not. It's never ending. So then we proceed to have a psychotic 5-day long search party for the phone. Can't find it absolutely anywhere. We're freaking out because there's so much shit on that no one ever needs to see or have, and there's so much work on it. That phone also had like 5,000 contacts. Like my trap phone had like none. I was so pissed because it was like I'm losing the important phone, not even the side phone. Then we have movers come in and start packing our shit box by box, looking through, trying to find this phone. We can't ever find it. And it's very weird because it's like no one knows how it went missing, no one understands whatever, and eventually I just have to switch phones and get over it. But I never cancel the number because I'm like, eventually one day it's gonna turn up because no one went in the house, no one went outside the house, like completely forget about the phone. Now fast forward to moving into this house. Again, the vibes are just really weird. And so one night I go on my phone and I go to make a call, and as you know, back in the day, whenever my phone was fucking tapped by my stalker, I would hear a little beep before the call. And I'm making calls this night here, and it's doing that. It's doing the little like click beep before I call people. Again, I'm just so stupid. Like I'm like, oh, that's weird. Don't even think about it like that. It doesn't even cross my mind. Like, what if this is like what used to happen to you when your stalker would tap your phone? And then I end up having a conversation with one of my friends, and I was actually talking about what I was just telling you about the JoJo Siwa's house story time. What happened at JoJo's, I will get in. I'll tell you that story later. Like I said, my dead family came through to a psychic and told her a bunch of shit that only they know, and it was super weird, and I was like bawling at JoJo Siwa's house because, you know, that's what normal people do. One of the things that the psychic told me had something to do with a message from one of my dead family members that had to do with birds. And I was like, I always see certain types of birds. I don't want to spoil that story, but I was saying this to my friend on the phone. I always see certain type of birds, like other things, but that was one of the things I was talking about. When I feel like my dead family members are trying to give me a message, which is the fucking darkest thing in the world. Hi, I'm Tana. Nothing about my life is normal. But I say that very lightly on the phone, whatever. And then I get off the phone. I wake up the next day, and the only people at my house, like everyone's gone, are me and my 2 assistants. And we're all just like working to unpack, and like in the loft out there. And I remember my assistant saying, my assistant Paige, and Paige is very fucking level-headed boss bitch. Like shit doesn't freak her out easily. Like me and Kyla, my other assistant, are more like scary little girls. Like, you know what I mean? Paige is like a take no shit ass bitch. Paige, I just remember her saying like, the vibes are so eerie here today. Like, and it was just like a gloomy day outside. I don't know. And then we just made a joke like, is this house fucking haunted? Like, are we really fucking moving into a weird house? And who knows, maybe that's what all of this is, but I don't have a feeling that it is. And I go into another room to do some work on my computer, and Paige and Kyla go in a room to unpack. I feel like 2.5 hours go by of them unpacking and me in another room editing. And all of a sudden I hear them both, and they invited a personal organizer over to come organize. Like, keep in mind, this bitch doesn't know anything about our lives from Adam and fucking Eve, and she comes over to just like help organize the closet and do shit. And I hear Paige, Kyla, and the personal organizer scream at the top of their lungs. So I get up and I go into the room, and I'm like, what's up? And Kyla is like, no, you don't fucking understand, this is so fucking weird. No, and Paige is just like, and the personal organizer is just backing out of the room slowly. She's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I swear to God, just backing out of the room. And they were like, when we walked in here to start organizing, there was a yellow bird dead on your balcony. And I'm like, that's a little fucking weird, because I was just talking about birds last night, and I felt like things are weird here today, and like, is it a message? Again, still not thinking of my stalker at fucking all, though. I'm thinking to myself, that's weird. Someone's trying to reach out to me or send me a message. And they were like, it was like murdered, like stabbed, like something killed it and put it on the balcony. And I'm like, okay, can I go see it? Like, you know, like, what's up? Let me go see it. And they're like, no, you're not gonna check this one out. You're not gonna believe. Paige was like, yeah, we were about to like, you know, finish organizing, and then I was gonna go on the balcony and fucking like take care of the bird. Like, you don't pay me enough. Like, fuck doing that. I'm kidding. I pay her enough. Don't give me a fucking scandal, you stupid fucking tease channel. So they were like, we were all just talking about how weird the bird was. And then we went downstairs to get like a trash bag or whatever the fuck. I don't know how you exonerate a bird. That is not my specialty. And we come back upstairs to get rid of the bird, and it's completely gone. And keep in mind, 8 minutes ago, this bird was bloodily murdered on this balcony. Like, blood everywhere. Like, we come back upstairs like 10 minutes later, and the bird is gone. The blood is cleaned up, and there's just one yellow feather from the bird just sitting there on what is now a perfectly clean balcony. I'm talking like as if someone just sprayed it and wiped it, like shiny. And the personal organizer's like, yeah, like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I'm really gonna leave. Like, I just can't really do this. Like, I hope you have a nice day. Like, I organize your shoes in the closet, but like, that's really weird, and I think you should get it figured out, and I don't know if I can come back to organize it. Have a nice day. Leaves. Never comes back. Ghosts us. Fucking terrified, this bitch. So then we're sitting there and we're like trying to think of all the plausible things that could happen. Could a squirrel get up here? No, we live in Los Angeles and there are no squirrels. Could a possum get up here? No, it's a huge balcony. Is anyone here? Any contractors? Any maids? Any pool people? Amari? Anyone? Ari? Anyone? No one's fucking home. Why is the balcony clean? Why does it smell like cleaning supplies? Whatever. Everyone is so fucking freaked out. And they're like, well, I gotta clock out, bye. No, I'm just kidding. Next day, we install a fuck ton of like Ring cameras outside the house. I have security come back. I'm fucking pissed too, because it's like, I had security at my last house and at David's house because they were really public houses and people knew where they were. But I was hoping here I could turn over a new leaf. Also, keep in mind, security is $40,000 like a month. Like, it's so expensive. And I don't want to spend that. Like, I'm showing my tits on OnlyFans and I can't even go buy like a Maserati. I'm fucking having to pay someone to guard my life because this shit's never gonna stop. So I'm just pissed, and we're just like, you know, this neighborhood's weird, like maybe someone else broke in, like I don't fucking know. Like a couple weeks go by and it's still just weird. Like we'll be putting shit in rooms and we'll come back and it's like moved, or people shit's missing, or you know, Ari will come into my room and be like, hey, did you like open all my closet doors? Or shit I obviously didn't do, and it's weird, but we've all just been kind of making like haunty jokes. And I still have yet to have one thought of like, oh, maybe this is my stalker. Like not one time have I thought that. I'm just like, this house is weird. I don't once think this could be my stalker. And occasionally I'll hear a little beep or a click on a call and it's weird and whatever, but still. And so then I break up with my boyfriend. We break up and I'm starting to stay here alone. It's just a weird feeling. First of all, being alone, I mean, that's why I stay in relationships too, because I'm just so codependent. It's so hard for me to be single, and like, especially when you're paranoid and weird shit's always happening to you, it's so much easier to just have like a guy or someone there to like, I'm staying at home and I'm literally just walking on myself like, you can do this, you can be alone. Don't fucking text your ex. Don't fucking text 8 rappers. Before I broke up with my boyfriend, I was in Miami. At one point, I lost my credit card in my hotel. And when I say I lost this credit card, I mean I lost it. I had this phone case on my phone for a minute, and I always put my credit card in the back of my phone. So hey, if you ever want to rob me and take my black card, it's usually in the back of my phone case. It's very silicone, so my card kept falling out, and it was like really bad, and I had to switch back to a hard case because I kept losing credit cards, which is so stupid that I would continue to lose my credit cards and IDs for an $8 Nokia Amazon silicone fucking case because I want to be a trendy little Y2K bitch. I lose my credit card in Miami. That was really fast. I felt like I sounded like Trisha Paytas there. I'm sorry. And it is so lost. I lost it at the strip club actually, which is good because I would have spent my life savings. But then I come back, I find it again, and I lose it in my hotel, which is just so weird and annoying because it's like I absolutely can't find it anywhere. And then now I'm in Miami fighting with my boyfriend and I have no credit card at all. I'm stuck there. I'm having to have him like pay for everything, and it's so like, that's just the worst feeling. For literally like 20 hours, just like was moving every single item, going through every suitcase, every pocket, every bag, and I can never find it. So then I get back from Miami and I have Kyla cancel my credit card, and we search the entire house for it here. Every purse, every bag, it's nowhere to be found, whatever. Anyways, I know the credit card story makes no sense. You're just gonna have to bear with me for a second. I will get into that in a little bit, but it was a bit of backstory that was necessary. Like a week goes by, I'm continuing to be single, and one night Ari thinks I'm gonna come home alone. Surprise to him, I was coming home with another one of my exes, because you know, not a toxic one, but just a good one. He was coming over so we could, you know, read the Bible. Like I totally wasn't gonna fuck him. I totally didn't let him fuck all my holes, you know? Ari thought I was gonna come home alone, so he left his door open for me. So I don't come home alone. I never go in Ari's room. I get back and I come back with this guy, and we're sitting in my bed, totally not fucking, especially if you're my ex watching this, I was totally not fucking this guy. And we're totally not fucking all night, totally not fucking. And eventually I wake up in the morning and Ari comes into my room and he's furious at me. He's like, good morning. Like the guy's like leaving. He's like, I'll leave you to this. He's like, good morning. I'm like, good morning, Ari. And he's like, why the fuck would you do that? And I'm like, what? And I thought he meant fuck this guy. I'm like, because I wanted a giant horse cock in all my holes. Like, you know what I mean? And he's like, you know what you did? Like, why would you do that? Like, I left my door unlocked for you to come in my room and hang out with me. Like, I was trying to be nice because I know that you're fucking single and miserable. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, really? And then shows me a photo on his phone. I just look at him and I go, and it's a photo. He had just gotten back from Miami as well, but a little bit before me. And he had a suitcase of a bunch of shit from his Miami trip. And it's a photo where his suitcase is completely empty, flipped upside down and open in his room in front of his bed. And all of his clothes are scattered all across his room. And I'm like, I hate to break this to you because you're gonna hate, like, you're gonna be mad when I tell you I didn't fucking do this, because it means that something really bad has happened here. No one else was home. Amari was at Ty's house. Hunter is on tour. What? Babe, what? What? Hunter is on tour. Amari was at Ty's house and I was riding penis all night. So who fucking did that? What? Babe, what? Babe, what? He's like, you swear to God you didn't do it. And I'm like, Ari, no. And he's like, I don't understand. I was asleep in my bed all night. I went to bed and the suitcase was zipped up before my bed. So that means someone had to have come in my room and do this dead silently while I was asleep. Like, I just woke up to it like this, and it wasn't like this when I went to bed. Right, 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 right. And at this point I look back and I have to be mentally fried. I have to have the fucking brain cells of a fucking peanut. I have to have the fucking brain cells of a soybean to in that moment have not thought, this is my stalker. I still was like, oh my God, did even ghost hunter come over? Like, Ari's so fucking freaked out, he leaves the house, and then this is where the story heats up. Ari leaves the house and I go to get in the shower, which I do now because I'm no longer depressed. So for everyone on the podcast saying that me not showering was a trauma response, you were right. I go to get in my shower and I'm showering for a minute. I'm washing my hair, I'm chilling, I'm doing my thing, shaving my pussy because I'm single. Not that I didn't before, but just extra good, you know. And I look to the left on my shower door, and written on this shower door right there is the phrase, and it's a good one, is the phrase, I lied. I lied. I lied. I lied. What? About what? What? And I think to myself, my ex hasn't been here. It's not like he was fucking showering anyways. We're riding on the shower door as is. The maids just came and cleaned the house like fucking 2 days ago. And I'm just now getting in this shower for the first time. So it was clean. The guy I was just having sex with did not shower in anything other than my pussy juices. So what the fuck? And that's the first time. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but back in the day when my stalker first stalked me, there was a point in time where he broke into our loft. A ex-friend, Maya, was in the shower, or Ashley was in the shower, one of them, and they get out and there's this creepy smiley face drawn on top of the mirror like 7 feet up where no one can reach. And then we saw someone walking out, and then we called the police, and it was like a whole fucking thing. I'll never forget that smiley face, obviously, because it was the start of my stalker really stalking me for a really long time. And it's also, it was just the creepiest smiley face in the world. It was like these 2 little circles drawn super. I'll insert a photo here, I probably still have it. And that was the first time I thought to myself, the handwriting, it was just very similar, like squiggly, creepy, like just written, I lied. And that was the first time I thought, am I getting stalked again? There's no way I'm getting stalked again. This can't be my stalker. I wish I could tell you his name so he'll leave me the fuck alone. Should I just do it? Should this be the fucking video where I tell you my stalker's name? Because it's not like you guys will ever find him. Actually, yesterday I was trying to track him down in one of his old Twitters and shit, and it just recently was deleted. So that's great. Should this be the video where I just tell you my stalker's name? I guess I did leave you for fucking 8 months. My stalker's name. And maybe this is a horrible decision, but also if you really think about it, I might be protecting myself from something that I can't handle. My stalker's name, I'm gonna look you in the eyes for this one. I never thought I would do it, but I'm actually so scared at this point because I know it's him. After I finish this story, no one has to tell me shit. Like, I really think something could happen if I don't protect myself. You guys have always wanted to know, and you've always tried to figure it out, and there's no way to figure it out because it's absolutely untraceable. My stalker's name is William. And if I die because I said that, God, I'm one stupid ass bitch. I am one stupid ass fucking bitch if I die because I said that. I am so fucking stupid if I die because I said that. Fuck. But maybe I'll live because I said that. Who fucking knows what I really have to lose at this point, you know? And he's super tall, like Slender Man, and as pale as this wall. Most terrifying looking person I've ever seen. And I'm not coming for his looks. I'm coming for the fact that he might kill me. That might be a really bad idea. I really don't know. And that was the first time I thought, is this William? So I get out of the shower and I call Ashley and I go, hey, how are you? Got some time to chat? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I think I'm being stalked again. So lock your doors. And she goes, wait, what? Why do you think that? And she's like, because I kind of think I'm being stalked again too. And I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to freak you out. She's like, did you see my tweets last night? I was like, no. She was at her house, long story short. All of a sudden, her new puppy gets out of bed and starts barking through the wall. Like barking at the wall, through to the other wall, to the living room. And that's always what happens when weird shit happens because dogs hear shit that people don't. And the dogs always bark at the stalker when the fucking stalker comes in. Every time I've had a fucking dog, every time my stalker's fucking stalking me, the dog starts fucking barking. Isn't that great? And her new puppy never does that. Doesn't bark at all. This was like one of its first times barking. Doesn't bark at the wall. Isn't a weird dog. Is a good dog. And she's, you know, calling it. It's trained. And she's being like, Winnie, Winnie. And it's just like, barking at the wall. She films it. She sends me a video. Whole fucking thing. And then she's like, well, that's weird. And then the dog comes and gets in her bed. And it's just her and the dog. We're both newly single, which also just makes this all fucking weirder because my stalker has always kind of chilled out when I'm taken. So to think like the second Ashley and I are out of our extremely toxic relationships, fuck you both. The second we're both single, weird shit's just gonna start happening in our houses. Like it's a little strange. And she goes, so my dog gets in bed with me, falls asleep next to me. And then I start to fall asleep. And I hear the loudest bang in my closet, and I think it's my dog. So I just lay there with my eyes closed. A few minutes go by, I hear a bang on my door. I sit up to think it's my dog like playing around, and the dog is passed out asleep next to me in the bed, absolutely fucking in REM sleep. So she gets up, looks around, no one's in the house. She sleeps with her door open. She sleeps with her door open because our cousin Brittany lives with her, and she wanted Brittany to be able to see into her room in case anything happens. She goes back to bed. She wakes up at the crack of dawn to Brittany banging on her door, banging on the door relentlessly, saying, why is the door dead bolted? Let me in, let me in, let me in. It's a very purposeful lock. You have to fucking lock the shit out of it. And then Ashley just starts crying, freaking the fuck out because she's like, I went to bed with the door open. I don't know why it's locked. I never locked the fucking door. How could someone lock it from the inside? And she has no idea why any of that happened. All fucking meanwhile, while I fucking lied is written on my fucking shower, Ari's entire fucking suitcase of shit from Miami's topsy-turvy upside fucking down in his room. I'm pissed. If you can't tell, I'm fucking pissed. Oh, I'm so pissed. So Ashley and I decided to link up later. We both go live on OnlyFans too. Someone's in our OnlyFans live with some name. I don't even know what it was. It was like watching you like 34555 da 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 da. Keeps leaving like 666 tips and whatever and saying like, hey, it's me, I'm watching you guys. Honestly, even in that moment, I still am not thinking it's fucking William. It feels so weird saying William because you guys always know that whenever I've told these stories off camera to my friends, of course I say his name. But to you, he's always been my stalker, but now you are in on it. And it's so weird to say. I really don't know if I should be doing this. And so we're getting ready for Amari's birthday dinner. And then we go to dinner. We're all sitting around the table. Everyone's giving speeches, super sentimental, super cute. It's Amari's birthday. Last year I got him a Rolex. This year I got him a hug. So I'm really doing things great. Ashley then brings up, just like someone says something and then she just makes a joke like, well, we're being stalked again, you know, like whatever. And then my ex-boyfriend, my newest one, texts me, you called, question mark. You called again. Why are you calling? I look at my call log, I'm like, I did not call you once. He sends me a screenshot of him receiving about 35 calls from me. And I look at the contact number from the fucking screenshots. It ain't this phone, baby. It ain't this phone number. It's the motherfucking phone number to the motherfucking trap phone that I motherfucking lost at my motherfucking old house, blowing my motherfucking ex-boyfriend up at motherfucking Marty's birthday dinner. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? I canceled the phone number too. Like, canceled the phone. The line is off. When you call it, it goes straight to voicemail. Oh my God, how? And I go block the fucking number immediately. That isn't me. And of course, I sound like a crazy person to anyone too. They're like, just admit that you're calling your ex for fucking dick because you're drunk. And I'm like, I'm not. And I'm just sitting there and I'm doing everything in my power to not cry because that was the moment I realized he ain't no ordinary girl. Sometimes he's lazy, he gets bored, he gets scared, he feels ignored, he feels happy, he gets silly. It's no fucking ordinary girl. It's William. Because no one on God's green earth has the capabilities to do that. And then I get a text from another ex saying, why did you just text me? I lied. Get it? Because I lied on the shower. Get it? Because I lied on the shower. Isn't that fucking funny? Isn't that so fucking funny? From the same fucking phone number. Good props to you. Hats off. Creative. So amazing. So I then am now just having a mental fucking breakdown at Amari's birthday dinner. Night goes on. I don't want to make it about myself at this point. If he's gonna fucking kill me, he's gonna fucking kill me. So then we go home and I go to sleep that night, of course, terrified out of my mind because I've now put the pieces together and I realize what's happening. I wake up the next day and now it's Maury's actual birthday dinner. The night before was at midnight. And so we're all getting ready again. And at this point, I'm now talking to everyone in my bathroom. We need a game plan. I think I'm being stalked again. I know it's not even I think. I hate to say it, but it's like I just know it. I know the feeling. I'll never not know it. The feeling's there and everyone feels it. Paige was saying that she just like is always here and always feels like hears noises, feels like she's being watched. It's creepy. She didn't want to say anything. Amari is just like, yeah, this has William written all over it. Paige and I are kind of developing a game plan for just like how we want to be safe and stay safe and everything that we need to do in this house. Bouncing ideas off people. Swade Brooks was over, which is ironic. I don't hang out with her all the time anymore, but I grew up with her in Vegas, so she was around for when my stalker would fuck with me in the beginning, so she was giving me advice too. So then Paige asked me, you know, what are a few things you want to do? And I was like, well, first comes first. So I'm like, okay, you can fill out a thing for a security system right now if you want, like, let's do that. We need to make sure my old phone is shut off again because of what happened last night. I'm doing my makeup and I'm sitting here and I'm about to like line my lips and be done with my makeup. So I walk out to my bedside table in my room and I get my little Balenciaga purse. I go to open my purse and I scream at the top of my lungs. I just open the bag and I go, fall to the ground and start fucking bawling because inside the purse. And when I tell you, I know these items weren't in this purse 6 hours prior because I opened the purse, I cleaned it out to make sure, because I never took this bag to Miami. I was like, oh, maybe like to look for my credit card. I empty the entire fucking purse out. I know every item that's in it. I go over to open the purse and on top of all my shit just sitting is my credit card from Miami and the beads from the charm, fucking one of these little fucking chains, beads from the fucking charm that was on my old fucking phone is in my fucking bag, along with my credit card that I know was gone. I know it was gone. You don't even understand what. And then Paige just starts freaking out too because she went through the bag 1,000 times with the credit card. The phone charm has been missing since the phone was fucking missing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fuck!
I don't like it when you do that.
There's no way.
Oh my fuck!
It's the goth. It's the goth. The track.
I'm literally crying. I actually just started crying. Am I getting stalked?
I throw the bag. Oh my god, I don't even know. And then I go to dinner with Ashley and I just find out that my stalker. Then Ashley just keeps telling me a bunch of other random shit, all like this, that's been happening at her house. So, the fact that I've also told this story for an hour and a half and all I've done is put on primer, foundation, and contour. Like, I'm going to be so late. I can't even get ready. I'm literally fucking furious. Guess who's back again? Me, but also my stalker. I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse because there's nothing, it's a curse. So I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just looking for like the brighter side that just does not fucking exist. I've been gone for a really long time and it feels amazing to be back. There's nothing like coming back with a stalker update. Oh, and I came back from my house the other day and this bathroom window was just wide open. I completely forgot about that until right now. When it wasn't before because I shut it.
Okay, I'm in glam right now to be a Powerpuff Girl because it's Halloween, but I was just watching this clip back and I'm gonna play it for you again and look where I show you. I know this entire video is about me being stalked, but how there's a potential haunting. Look at the shadow.
When it wasn't before because I shut it.
So like I said, I'm in editing right now talking about this shadow on the wall. And Amari and Ari just volunteered some information that I've never known until right now.
The lady next door told us that like the lady that lived here was 102 and died. They like rebuilt it as like an Airbnb. Like,
not kidding, last night Paige told me not to say anything, but she was here like a few days ago, I guess, and every single human being in this house was gone. Y'all were out. I think it was Mari's birthday. She came in, she had to grab like a key or something. She came in, all the lights were off, and I'm not kidding, she doesn't smoke, doesn't drink. And when she told me this, I literally got chills. She upstairs heard.
Don't say that, no.
Oh! So you just not gonna tell me you heard someone whistling in the house the other day?
Who the hell told you? Oh my god, this is the last thing you need to know ever.
Should we move?
Well, now we have to, because you know.
I'm home alone right now and I just honestly have nothing else to say to you. I'm just terrified to stop filming because I feel like weird shit's gonna fucking happen to me. I'm looking for my lip liner. If anyone's out here, just stay where you are. You know, just stay where you are. Life is worth living. My stalker is back. So am I. I missed you so fucking much. And it's funny because every time I've sat down to film something afterwards, I'm like, that's good, but is this what I want to come back with? And I thought the JoJo story would work, but it was just still a little sad. And this is the first video where I filmed, and I know for a fact I'm going to upload it. That is the best feeling. That actually just made me want to fucking sob because I miss doing this with everything in me, and I missed myself. And the other night I was watching all these old clips of me. Like I was watching all these videos and I was just like, I will never lose that girl again because I love her and I miss her, and I know all of you do too. I look back at how much I lost myself for a second and it makes me very sad, but I do think at the same time, let me play the victim card. Here you guys go. Here's my fucking victim card. I think with everything that happened to me, most people would lose themselves for a second too, and I'm just happy that I fought to stay alive and to be here so that I can use all that bullshit now to tell you that whatever the fuck you're going through will make you stronger. Sounds dark, but you don't fucking need anybody who doesn't need you. Everything happens for a reason, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, even if sometimes the tunnel feels never fucking ending. With all of that being said, I didn't want to say it till the end of the video, but I will be back uploading on YouTube from this point on every single week. You're gonna see me live in 80 million different houses and be dating maybe like 2 different people in a couple vlogs. Just ignore all of that. Just know that right now Tana is living in her big scary house and someone might kill her, and that's about it. Happy October, so spooky season. I'll keep you guys posted on the podcast, maybe in another update video over on TikTok, but nothing has my heart more than fucking YouTube, and I never ever want to leave again. I missed it so much. I missed you so much. I'm sorry, and I'm so grateful to anyone who clicked on this video because I just hope you know if you missed me, I missed you 10,000 times more. All right, guys, I kind of forget how to do an outro at this fucking point, especially for a story time and especially for a motherfucking stalker update. But I love you so much, and I will talk to you in the next YouTube video. Bye. Now I need to get ready for this concert and go fuck a successful musician. I'm filming. Wait.
A fucking YouTuber, dude?
Hi, I just wanted a stalker update.
Oh my god, I'm here!
I also guess what I did?
What?
I told them his name.
Fucking William, dude?
Yeah. How do you feel about your suitcase?
If you don't move me out of here, then you don't care about my well-being.
Oh my god, the upside down viewfinder.
It's broken.
Look, she's back on YouTube because she's actually running out of money. Her camera's broken.
We're gonna have to pay security guards to fucking live with us forever. So great!
Don't touch us, dude. Our bodyguards are secured with RPGs, dude.
Hey guys, I was gonna end this video and then we just got back from a concert. It was amazing. But the entire time I'm at the concert, I'm receiving calls from my friends, right? Random ass people. Like I'm standing there and I receive a call from Harry Jowsey. First of all, Harry Jowsey's fucking mad at me. So I was like, I'm gonna answer this. Like, what's up? Like, you trying to fight right now? Like, hello? And I answer it and it's just ringing. Like as if I called him, but he called me. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I like let it ring. I keep saying like, is this a prank? Like I think it's like a prank call. Sends me to a random voicemail. I hang up. I'm like, well, that was fucking weird. Maybe Harry's pranking me, whatever the fuck's going on. Get another fucking call from Mike Malak. Answer it and it's the same fucking thing. And so then I'm like, that's so weird. But then I check and it's fully from their phone numbers. Keep getting calls from people that I know. Fully from their fucking phone numbers. I'm like, damn, I must have clout tonight. Am I on TMZ, dude? No. I text Mike and I was like, hey, did you call me? He goes, no, but I wish I did. I text Harry.
Really big dick.
I text Harry and I'm like, hey, did you call me? Didn't fucking call me. Still fucking mad at me. And I find out that's like a thing that people do and they're trying to hack your phone and fuck with you. It's like a little prank thing that people do. Now my fucking phone won't work at all. You know how many times it took me to try to film this clip? So, William, you're no Harry Jowsey, but thanks for the calls.
But now I have to sleep here.
Yeah, Ari's also sleeping in my bed from now on because I'm literally, utterly terrified.
Until we move out, because I'm moving out with or without, honestly, at this point. I'm not going to get killed.
I'm going to get left and murder, you dig? So that's an update for you. I don't know what's going on. The only thing that's going for me is I have this new, like, damsel in distress card. Like, I'm going to text guys, like, I'm so stressed and scared. They come over. Like, oh my God. With that being said, I'm sure by the time this video goes out, there will literally be more updates. So I'm not even going to say bye. I'm going to say see you later. I'm stressed the fuck out.